Credits and returns, again, part of sales or processing. It's effectively, I want to...
Sorry, just with stock availability. So if I've got two people out in the field...
What did I miss that? Sorry about that.
No, that's all right. So if there's one person that's looking up stock,
yep,
and someone else is sort of already just putting an invoice in for it, is it real time or is there a bit of a delay?
Two ways we do stock.
Yeah.
Way one is let's say I'm running an accounting system in the back end. We hit the accounting system on an interval and maintain stock within our software, and that stock gets synchronised to the field on an interval. So effectively, now typically people, if they're doing it that way, their stock information will be accurate at the start of every day, and throughout the day it will be progressively inaccurate. But if the stock isn't too volatile or sensitive to currency and that sort of stuff, that's usually acceptable. That's your cheapest way to do stock on hand, stock availability. The other way we can do it is actually with a web service. And so what actually happens is the guy in the field has no on-hand inventory catalogue. So every time he wants to search inventory, he actually goes back out over the net and pulls that in real time. So its accuracy will be to the last processing point. So if I have got no open transactions, and hence everything that's in the back end is committed or uncommitted stock, then he will have an absolutely perfectly accurate indication of stock on hand.
What's the ratio with those two? Like, do more people go for the second option? Or?
No, very few people go for that because it's expensive.
I was going to say expensive. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's expensive to implement.
Yeah.
Because you've got to have fatter pipes in your network and whatever else, and then it's expensive to consume because if you're doing a lot of stuff in volume and you've got a lot of people, then you're going to use a lot of data. You know, and so where a customer would typically consume. An average customer of ours might spend $15 a month on mobile data services. If you add real-time connectivity, you can blow that out to 40, 50, 60 bucks. So if it's important, turn it on. If it's not important, don't. It's where that tends to be really important is in actually buying. So I want to be able to buy on a supplier, and that's a real change in our business. We're now starting to work with suppliers to enable their catalogues so that the service provider is actually buying upstream and they want to see. So in other words, the supplier is actually paying for the catalogue to be available. So that's a bit of a change, and that seems to be where the market's going. Project and multi-stage job utilisation. You'll see we've got a pretty neat little envelope for linked items and all that sort of stuff, so you can pull up a customer and see its history and so on and so forth. Lots of different modules. Basically, this little gives you'll see there's lots of ticks coming up now in the presentation. Different functions and where they're available. So what you can do and what you can't do on different modules. Basically, everything's available on the desktop. Most things are available on the laptop, tablet. We are seeing in service businesses as well a bit of a change, particularly in franchise businesses, where you have like a super manager. And he's actually mobile, so the call centre will log all jobs and assign it to the mobile manager for that territory, and then they'll on-assign it to the relevant technician. So we are seeing that happening more and more, particularly where the franchisees' zones are not properly segmented, maybe is the right expression, or where they sell different products, so they have to actually decide which franchisee that job should go to. So yeah, there's lots of bits there, basically.
So you're saying tablet, is that classified under as
laptop?
Laptop.
Yeah. From our point of view, it's running Vista or XP OS, so it's basically the same as a desktop. I'll show you quickly on my machine. You can see here I've got the Sync Now button. Basically, I'm right now running on our LAN back in the office in Perth, but I can go to offline mode, and then the software will actually synchronise. So if it's got a network, and there's heaps of settings you can go through, but basically it's got its own offline data store, and yeah, that's just depending on what the distinction really is in here. There's probably two kinds of laptop users. There's a laptop that runs like a desktop, and then there's a laptop that runs, or a XP that runs like a PDA. So that's a real distinction, and if it's running like a PDA, it tends to be more like an ultra mobile and that sort of thing, which I'll talk about in a second. So, I was going to do a quick demo.
Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. We hope you've learned something and that your interest in mobile computing may have been heightened. If you'd like to learn more about how you could improve productivity and profits in your business, or to get a demonstration of Reach Mobile, call Possum IT on 8410-0950, that's 8410-0950, or email us at info@possumit.com.au. Thanks again for your attention.